Say I'm out of my mind, baby. Uncle used to grind crazy, turned down to a baby. Yeah.
Tryna keep my bread up, tryna keep my head up without getting wet up. Niggas turn to hecklers, but to vendettas. I'm Conor McGregor. They ain't even catch the armbar, gun in the car like OnStar.
So do you feel like your name is mentioned enough in the producer's conversation?
My bad, yeah, I know I said I was gonna cut it off when it cut off, but I decided not to and just keep bringing y'all more of this heat. We talking about Royce's production.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna stop till we stop.
With me, man.
Till the battery full.
Like, I'm making beats now, Crook. I said, for real? He started making a beat. I was like, damn, that's just kind of dope. I went outside to smoke a cigar, and I started thinking of a 16-bar rap.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm thinking of a rap to a Royce beat.
Yeah.
That's
and I went
crazy.
back in there like, yo, I'm doing a new album with my little brother's family business. You want to produce the whole thing? And he was like, you think I'm ready for something like that?
I think that's his artist.
Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's when we came over and played you know what I'm saying, and stuff over there. And,
yeah, man.
Man, you just said lose yourself.
Classic.
Down the wormhole.
Pure classic.
Myself looking at your producer credits. You know what I'm saying? And I talk to hip hop fans every single day on Twitter. You know, that's one of the things I do. I engage with them. I ask them questions, rap questions. Do you feel like, because I don't, so do you feel like your name is mentioned enough in the producer's conversation?
I don't know. No, I don't.
Uh-oh. Talk your talk then, yeah. Pop your collar.
No, I'm kidding. I mean...
My bad, I'm sending a text off too. A lot of people hit me up about this.
Right, and over the years I had learned how to produce and probably made some of my biggest songs.
Right.
And was just doing what felt right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more so like it's fun for me to make beats, but it's not as fun as rap is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's your passion. That's your first love, man.
Like, but I don't know. I mean,
I mean, because people are like, yo, rappers who make beats, top 5. And I'm like, yo, you got.
I never hear people put them in that conversation.
Some of them don't even realize how many songs that you have produced, you know what I mean? And that they know and love the song, they just didn't know that you produced it. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me. I don't even understand how that even happens, you know what I mean? Like, I think you rap so well that it kind of just sucks all the oxygen out of the conversation.
I mean...
It's a good way to put it. When you just so efficient in one thing, it makes it hard for people to actually praise you for doing another thing that they're not as used to you doing. I can see that. But it makes you realize, like, M produced Lose Yourself. Like, this dude has produced some of the biggest songs of his own career, and you really don't hear him get praised as a producer, which is kind of weird.
It's interesting, like, the first album, you know, like, I would sit in there with the Bass Brothers, and Jeff Bass, like, played instruments, right? Like, he played the guitar, he played the bass, he played the keyboards and all that shit. I knew this music better than they did as far as, like, what it should sound like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I would just sit in there on the drum machine, and I had to have somebody show me how to work it, you know, to keep the metronome going and shit. And what started coming out of those sessions, and sometimes I'd be like, yo, okay, what was that chord? Okay, try it. What if you tried that? Now go up with it, right? And then I hum because I don't know how to.
And that's production, if you don't know.
I would just hum a lot of shit,
right.
You know? And that's how I started making the beats. And Dre was like, yo, you're producing.
That's a fact.
And I was like, it is? Oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and just fell into, you know.
Yeah, like, it's funny, like, I was thinking the other day, cleaning out my closet, that beat
Classic.
was actually a beat I was making for Bizarre.
Really?
Yeah.
He made Cleaning Out My Closet beat? Come on, son. Really? Oh,
then,
man.
I don't remember what happened, but I ended up taking the beat, and I was just like, Because sometimes if someone's there,
Yeah.
like as I'm making the beat, and they start wanting to write to it, I usually
Just
give it to them. And I don't remember what happened with that, but
That's
it
crazy.
just became the stadium mover. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of my favorite songs to watch you perform.
really,
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm lying. It's just go.
that's the other thing.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not a singer, so I remember like
That's a
some of my
classic song. He's not.
early shit was really rough. Like was really rough.
Yeah. Clean Out My Closet to me is in my top, I would probably say 5 Eminem songs, I would say. And Lose Yourself might have a whole Eminem list of songs he produced. I don't even know all the songs that M produced. If you know, put it in the comments section. If you know a song, put one.
Like,
That you might not,
but it was
people
like
might not
a lot
know.
of times, like, and this is from coming up in Detroit. Like, Proof had to connect, right? So Proof used to know Jay Dilla. Proof used to know.
See, I didn't know
everybody
M and
in
Dilla had a
Detroit.
relationship.
So,
That's
and
nuts.
I don't know if you remember that phase where like rap was going through a phase. Well, I mean, it still does it, but there was kind of a phase in like the late '90s where like if you could get a chick to sing on your song,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying, like an actual singer chick, and Proof would come over with new music, and man, Dilla's making the beats, and he's got chicks all over his hooks and shit.
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, so I
Too
would
big
start,
for
like,
him, I guess.
thinking of like hooks like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And being like, well, someone else could sing this, and I'll just lay it for right now.
For right now.
And then it ended up becoming a thing where I was just like, fuck it, I'll just leave it. You know?
All right, a good decision. Godzilla, man. I gotta tell you, that's one of my favorites right now. You know what I'm saying? My favorites always change when I listen to
Yeah, that's a slumper off that project. That's a smoker.
it. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. I mean, the cadences and all that, like, absolute murder. The beat, who did that beat?
Talk about it.
DA.
Talk about it.
Crazy,
Shout out to
man.
DA. Yeah.
R.I.P. to Juice WRLD. You know what I mean? That kid was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, on that joint. Favorites change.
And shout to Juice too, man. Like, yo, that kid was so talented, man. He, like, his freestyle again on Westwood when he rapped for hours, what the fuck? And I mean, he was like,
Man, rest in peace, bro. That is somebody that I've been I tried to champion pretty hard. That is somebody who I always wanted to react to this freestyle. When he did it, I was gonna react to it, but it's an hour long. And that's before I was even doing like these kind of reactions. I might, if you want me to do a reaction to Juice WRLD's hour, see, I don't know if I want to do that. That's mad long. An interview is different, but like this dude, man, rest in peace, man. We lost a good one.
like, he might have been mixing a little bit of written in there, with,
Right.
but the way he was like, that's the shit that we used to try to do at the hip hop shop, was like try to work on our freestyles, right? But be able to slip in and out of written when you need to. You know what I'm saying? If
Right.
you got a certain punchline you want to get to take out this dude, right? So to be so young, he like mastered that so fucking quickly.
Yeah.
It's really sad, man, that like his potential
Tragedy.
was so off the charts.
Very. I
Tragedy.
tweeted one time, you know, I like this Juice WRLD kid. And you know, I got some real hardcore boom bap type hip hop lyricist fans that follow him too. And they're like,
These
Juice
guys.
WRLD, he uses auto-tune. I'm like, yo, I dropped a link to that Westwood freestyle. Like, yo, don't even talk to me, just watch this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He definitely had it, man. It's crazy that some of these kids out here, I think they're inspired by, you know, Jay, you know what I'm saying? And they want to really get their pen moving. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you, do you have a favorite? You have any favorites on the new joint?
On my album?
Yeah, on your joint.
Oh.
See, I'm not trying to do too much pausing, and I'm not trying to do, because I kind of want this to just be like a kick it. We kick back and we watch this together. I can't really live stream right now because I was streaming my channel. So this is like the closest I could get to doing it.
Every single one.
It's like
Nah.
every single.
Nah, I mean, you know, I it's funny when, like, you know, when you're making an album and it's like, you know, sometimes you got ideas already. Sometimes you feel like I don't know if you ever feel like this, but it's like sometimes I just feel like I don't feel like having a message in this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes, like I said,
Go as hard lyrically as I can. You know.
let me not interrupt. Like I said, some of his best stuff be just his random freestyles that ain't got a message. But to me, I will say though, his best stuff, my favorite stuff of any artist. Well, not any artist. Well, most artists, 99.9% artists, is the stuff with the message. I'll even take less syllable or punchline or metaphor work to get a message across more, because that hits me hard. Like, rest in peace Pop Smoke, but PTSD hits me so much harder than a lot of other songs, and he ain't even trying to talk too much on that song. PTSD, come on, man. Rest in peace Pop, man. Big woo bag baby, dog. My bad.
Oh, and then sometimes, like, I'll get in a certain mood and be like, okay, like, if there's something that I'm passionate about, like, this is making me either angry or excited or whatever it is, right? You know, I might get the idea to do a song about it, like the Darkness song. Like, when I want to say something, when I feel like I
love this song. Love that Darkness.
The Darkness joint. Did you ever feel like you might get some kind of backlash?
Of course.
On this gun politics, the right side saying they want to take your guns, left side saying, we need more gun control.
We need to hear this.
Do you feel like you would get any backlash from, creating
I mean,
that type of song?
I figured I would get some, but it's kind of like you gotta just
not be scary.
I don't care about what I believe in,
right?
And whoever else gets fucking pissed off, I don't give a fuck. Like,
there we go.
This is my view on it.
Hold your stance.
Your take. So what about the person who is stockpiling his house with 150 fucking guns, right? Like whatever war they're waiting for, I don't know what war you're waiting for that you need that kind of arsenal. I think there's also something to be said. I know there's avid gun collectors and shit like that, but there's something to be said about somebody who's buying that many fucking guns. I just don't have a record of it, or like I'm not on record as having where I'm able to get flagged.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole message of that song was saying, what about the person that hasn't, you know what I'm saying?
This is going to be the first time they flip out and they have an arsenal to do it with.
Yeah.
What about that guy?
That's a good point.
There's no stopping that guy.
Right. And that's when it's like, okay,
wow.
when you start calling for like background checks and shit like that instead of the actual problem.
Right.
You know.
See, this part's gonna trigger people. I don't care. I like that he doesn't try to make his stance like a scary one. Whether I agree with it or not, whether you agree with it or not, you have to respect that he stands on his two for it, And some people might think there's a base of Eminem fans who actually would be anti this message, but I think that shows even more bravery, honestly.
We got to do something with the gun laws.
Yeah.
People start to get like, no, you can't take our guns, you can't take our guns. I'm not saying that.
So when you talk about things like that, I would say that that's content.
Facts.
I probably would say that.
Big facts.
The critics would say
they don't want to give him the content, John.
I just put words together to just rhyme. That's what I do.
That shit is crazy, man.
But to me, again, yeah, you goddamn right. That's what I do. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I competitive rap.
Yeah.
Like, and sometimes I just want to have fun with it. Sometimes I just want to make a song that might not be about shit.
Right.
But for those who can respect how hard I push the pen. Right?
Yes.
Like.
There's an audience for it, is what you said.
You can rap that many. You can say that many words that fast. You're not saying anything. You're not saying. What do you want me to say?
It takes a skill level to do that. And I feel like they're not respecting that part of the game. You know what I'm saying? It takes a phenomenal skill level to rap at the speeds that you rap at. Syllables.
I don't even think it's the speeds.
It's not like you're like, then I'm over here, then I'm over there, then I'm over here, then I'm over there. Some people fool people. You know what I mean? They just
and then I'm gonna buzz it down, and then I'm gonna.
You know what I'm saying? And then everybody's like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually are putting, fucking syllables, punch.
I'm glad he said that. Shout out to them people who just be rapping fast and then hit you with it. And then I gotta get him, then I gotta go, then I gotta rip it, and then I gotta nah.
Lines, metaphors within that, cadence, and people are. I just think a lot of times when a rapper says, "Oh, he's just rapping about rapping," or "He's too rapidy rap," it usually comes from a rapper who can't rap that well.
A lot of people diss what they can't do. So it's like if I can't do that, I'm gonna
shit on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna shit on it and make it like it ain't that good anyways.
Right.
And then
and then people buy that narrative.
Yeah. Yep. And then maybe it makes the person feel good with whatever's going on inside them.
Facts.
I saw some dude. I don't remember where I even seen this, what show it was on, like what site it was on or whatever. Some dude was trying to trash J. Cole about Middle Child. And was saying, "Oh, it just fell off at the end." It was like, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I can't take you serious. You critique that?"
Right.
And then it's like sometimes you'll be like, "Yo, but you listen to that, and then you say this is trash." Like that I can't respect your opinion. I can't.
Yeah, they're probably the ones responsible for these top 50 lists that go around. Like people like that. You know what I'm saying?
Crooked I is not a fan of them top 50 lists, boy.
But your opinion's wrong.
For sure.
Yeah.
100. Speaking of top list, dog, is your top 9 that you named on Till I Collapse still the same?
Love Till I Collapse.
Yes,
On Slime Shady, that's one of the beats I got on Collapse. Make sure you go bump that. Yeah.
Yes, because, well, what's happened since then is like 20 years of rap.
Right.
So it's like, as rap evolves, you might get, there's a lot, like I said, you got to put Cole and Kendrick on that list, man, and Joyner, because those are guys who really
Shout out to
care
Joyner
about the craft. And it's kind of like, if you want to know why that sounds so good to you and you're not really sure, you know what I'm saying? Like that's, like when we're telling you that these people are so good at what they do, right? These rappers.
Right.
When we're telling you that it's coming from somewhere where we know what it takes to put that into the picture.
The mechanic metaphor.
It's coming from a place.
It's coming from someone who knows it.
We know what it takes, basically, like you just said.
Then why didn't I think of that? Every time, you know what I'm saying? Like, the rapper that makes you go, fuck,
yeah. And it was right there.
Damn, yeah.
It's like sometimes it could be an easy line, and you're like, that
hip hop
line,
nerds, man, love it.
It seems easy to think of, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, why the fuck this is what I do for a living. How come I missed that fucking line? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear that shit a lot.
Yo, you know what I want to mention too? I just thought about this. When I got shit, this is funny, pun intended. When I got shit for the "your booty is heavy duty" like diarrhea, I got a lot of shit for that line.
Right.
Pun intended. But it's like, oh man, that shit's trash. Oh, it's trash. I'm just being stupid. Like it's sometimes you ever think of a punchline as like it's just supposed to be stupid.
Right.
It's not supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not supposed to make you. Oh shit. Your booty is heavy duty. It's a stupid line. And sometimes I throw it in there to just to get a reaction out of people, to get a laugh, whatever it is.
Right.
You know,
Now we know.
Serious.
Like, now we know.
Oh man, he sucks because he said like.
Yeah, they pick out one thing.
Oh yeah.
And that just lets you know how good you are because they'll go through.
What annoys me more than that is the people who seem to only be lyrical, like understand lyrical rap when they listening to this kind of rap. It'd be like, my G, don't tell me about the syllable compilation or how the metaphor didn't make sense or how the letter-for wasn't crafted right. When you listening to Gucci, and that's not a diss to Gucci man. That's not a diss to Gucci. But clearly if your repertoire or what you consume, I use that word a lot, is that, why are you now pretending like you care about that? You don't care about it on your free time, so why do you care about it now? It's weird.
Okay, you just said fucking 100 dope ass fucking lines, and then they'll pick one and say, "But hey, he said this right here."
Yep.
And it's like, you just know that person is a hater.
I never was like play a couple lines and be like, I don't like that. I don't like what they said right there. Next line go by. Oh, I like that though. That's dope. I never hated a song because of one bar.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah.
Because now if I go back and listen to all the classic music that I loved growing up, I'm sure I could find that bar that you know what I'm saying? But it's just that wasn't the point.
Now, what I will say though is it is okay to critique bars. If we are going to be lyricists and putting our all into our bars, that's what we saying. If we saying we lyricists, then we going to have to break down the bars, man. So if I do kind of disagree where one bar can ruin a song. I've definitely heard one bar ruin, because somebody could say some off the wall ish and you could be like, well, I'm just okay with this song now. I didn't know you was coming like that. Now, it's got to be like a pretty bad bar. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy now that we have the internet and all that shit. Everybody.
My bad. I got to
well, everybody's an expert. That's the thing. That
I got to upload the first part right now. Y'all keep
that's
watching.
Why we listen to the fans, man. The fans get you. Your fans, listen, dog. I engage with your fans every single day. You know what I'm saying? They hit me every day. Some of them leave me.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good, man. Some of them leave me like paragraphs in the DM, like, "Hey, man, if you see Marshall, can you tell him, So I'm just like, hey, man, whatever.
Hey, man,
they're really
whatever.
passionate about, supporting you. I think any artist would want to have fans like you have. You know what I mean?
Very grateful for that. Absolutely.
Very, yeah.
Did you ever read any of the comments online?
Shout out to the real.
I went through a phase of that for sure.
You did?
And and then I had to kind of stop and put it all in perspective and be like, listen, man, like,
I'm Eminem.
Just reading comments, period.
Right.
Facts.
It just makes it like, okay, you realize like you're.
You know the worst part about that is I hear people like M say this, and it kind of puts a lot into perspective, because sometimes, I get caught up in comments and stuff like that. I haven't in a long time, and I've really learned to not, but it never changes. No matter what you do, there will always be people who try to hate because they're confused or hillbillies.
You're not gonna please everybody.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. You do this over.
And why
again,
even try
if
to?
someone doesn't like it, they want you to do the opposite. Then you do the opposite to please that person.
Right.
Or you don't, and this person hates it. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's very tough. But no, I agree with that.
It's a pendulum.
Like, quarterbacks reading a sports column, you know what I mean, after games. It's
Monday
like,
morning quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. So, but like I said, man, these fans that you have that hit me every single day, they asked me if I could ask you a couple questions.
Here we go.
Taco Bandito?
Beats.
Beats?
Yeah.
So you got good ass bulletproof. Oh, you talking about this kind of beats? I'm like, damn, your blood pressure is excellent around this motherfucker. Beats, not.
I don't know. My favorite food is. I don't really have a favorite food.
Okay, let's see.
That was the question y'all wanted to ask?
Right now, currently.
Power.
Power?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to 50.
Yeah, I watch Power. Power's good. You put me up on Walking Dead. I was watching Boardwalk Empire all the time, and you was at the lab one time.
Yeah.
And you was like, yo, you got to check out Walking Dead. And you said it was some zombie shit. I was like, I don't know if I could do the zombie shit. And you was like, no, you got to watch it. Then I got fucking hooked on that shit.
Yeah.
That shit was a great fucking series right there.
The Wire. I mean, I've said that many times, but man.
The Wire is one of the most fire shows. Hold up, let me find out. Let me find out you over here watching Weebay. Huh? Stringer Bell. That's what you doing? That's what you doing, Marshall? Okay, yeah.
That like,
I know I liked you.
I don't know. It's like there'll never be another one of those.
Right.
Like those kinds. Like Breaking Bad, incredible.
Okay, so we got good taste. I'm not mad at your
Power's my shit though now.
your Netflix choice. I guess Power's not.
Yeah, man.
Do you have any pets? They want to know that.
Nope. Do not.
No pets.
Em
Are
got
you
no
happy?
pets, huh?
That's the most number one asked question that I got on Twitter is, can you please ask him if he's happy?
I'm never happy.
You can tell. You can tell.
Are you happy when you're angry? You said something like that.
I'm happy when I'm angry. That's for sure.
So when he gets angry, he'll be happy. So you guys get that.
That's why I bitch so much. Try to stay happy. Now we was talking about too, like I want to mention this too, man, because I'm sitting here like we was talking about the list and has it changed.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all the rappers that I said on that list will never change.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know about
Timeless
the order.
list is what he
I don't
said.
even know if I should have put it in an order like that. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's like, sometimes you do things and it's like it fits in the rhyme scheme. So you're like, like we was talking about people who push the boundaries and like.
That was a
like
dope
Redman to me.
on
like,
Till I Collapse is what
you
they're
know,
talking
like
about.
when it seemed like it was a time in hip hop where, and this was like, to me, it was like the late 80s, early 90s, where every time a rapper came out with a new album, they were the best rapper for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like Boogie Down Productions, when By All Means Necessary, love Criminal Minded, but By All Means Necessary was like the pinnacle of like rap at that point in time. It was like,
He just giving you lessons on hip hop now.
and
Wake up.
Redman came out, it was so good, right? And then, like when Nas dropped, right? Illmatic, it was
Ill.
like, this is as good as it gets, right? Like this.
Thieves thing. Play Me at Night, they won't act right.
Like that was incredible. And then Biggie, and then to me, Redman, when he made Muddy Waters, I was like, yo, that was like.
Yo, like I always said, this dude always makes sure to pay homage to the hip hop pioneers before him every single chance he gets to talk about them. I'm gonna keep bringing this type of stuff up. This is the type of stuff people be hating on for some weird ass reason.
That was like when he. In my
Shout out to
opinion,
Red. Keep slapping him.
Everybody. He gets shot ahead. Like he was like the way he was fucking. I can't even think of him.
Yeah, he absolutely smashed that. Even when I first heard him do the Headbangers verse, the Headbangers, what? The Headbangers. And I was like, yo, this dude right here.
Yeah.
Red is a problem, man. They gonna be sleeping on Red sometimes, bro.
Yeah, but the album is so classic to me.
Blackout is literally my favorite hip
Because
hop
not only
album
was he rapping so good,
of all time.
but it was like his beats and everything. He was making good songs. Right? Like that first album, he just came out the gate making great songs. And again, the image, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool to be Redman. Like, to want to be Redman. Like, it was like, that's...
They don't be get what that feel, what that mean.
Like,
Redman was the shit.
It still is. He can still go.
And that's what I like. I love it when guys from that era still just fucking...
Yeah, the legend is still alive, bro.
You can tell he loves it.
It's the type of stuff
That's
that...
what it takes, the love.
Yep.
Yo, let me ask you, man, were you ever a fan of Kobe?
Absolutely. I mean, who wasn't? Like, I don't know how you can...
Rest in peace, the mom,
I
man.
can't even, like, that, it makes me sick, man. It makes
Yeah.
me, like, sick to my stomach to
I don't even like this part.
try to grasp what happened.
Oh, man.
Like,
Yeah. Me too, man.
9 people, man.
9 people. 9 people. That really shook the world. You know what I'm saying? And I asked you that too because I feel like great people have a lot in common. I feel like you have, you know, what he had, that killer instinct when you go in the booth, that work ethic. If he's showing up 2 hours before everybody else working on a shot, I've seen you in the studio,
Yep.
you know, working on a hook that, you know, getting it down to the fucking last fucking molecule in that bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Trying to call him the
just
lyrical
making
Kobe.
sure
I see
that
where you
shit
going
is
with this.
right, man.
Crook.
Your work ethic is incredible.
Thank you.
is that something that you developed over the years, or is that something like hanging around, working with Dr. Dre? Like, when did you develop this?
GOAT.
This work ethic.
Don't just say Dr. Dre. You gotta address him as,
I mean,
you know what I mean? As who he is, the GOAT.
Was that, you know what I'm saying? Like me, you know, me and Denon knew, because Denon was like, me and him were so close, like, got really close really quick, right? Just because of the things that we had in common and everything, right? So we kind of just felt like we don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a do or die situation.